Hey, my name's Kumar.
I'm Alex. We're roommates, and for Treehacks 2026, we made Beework, a browser agent hive that builds knowledge bases. So, what is a knowledge base? Well, really, it's actually just a GitHub repository full of information. And what are these agents? Well, it's actually just an open code agent running in a Moodle sandbox. We find coding agents are so general, they can write scripts, read files, do anything. Everything, they can do everything, and they do everything better than general tool agents. We have a lot of agents in this system to make this knowledge base. First is the queen bee, which uses parallel API search to find shallow results, delegates a bunch of forager bees to make browsers that go through each of the web pages looking for a certain piece of information. They take that census information and make a pull request where they insert the information into the knowledge base and cite everything that they went to, every URL. Then the house bees review them, making sure that everything is accurate, cited, and referencing other things in the knowledge base. That's how we're able to get a really clear knowledge base, and the chat agent is able to interact with that to answer questions. But why do we actually care about knowledge bases in the first place?
So, Peter Thiel has a great quote, which is that monopoly is a condition of every successful business. And this is particularly true in the finance world of hedge funds and private equity and investment banking. And so, last year or something, Jane Street made $8 billion, but they didn't do it in India. They didn't do it in the S&P. They did it in India. And so the reason is because in finance, you want to find your market niche and really dominate there. You don't want to be doing what everyone else is doing and fighting over scraps. And so this is why I saw analysts with literal stacks of papers on their desk every day. They're looking for a niche. They're not using LLMs. LLMs are confidently slightly wrong. They're really good, but slightly wrong. And that's way more dangerous than being completely wrong. If something's completely wrong, we know that to not trade on that. But if we trade on bad data, that's where we lose money. And so we look at this case study of the California renewable gas market. You don't need to know about this, but we have a very in-depth knowledge base that's on our dev post. Go look at it. And so why do we have this? And this market is, I think, a good illustration of why this tool is useful, because there's lots of huge, terrible government websites. If you try to even read one, it'll, blow up your context window, and these change all the time. A typical LLM can answer broad questions about the market, but if you ask anything recent or anything too specific, it'll hallucinate. So knowledge base has all the specific and clearly cited data, and you can actually go verify it with all the links. And we're actually going to see that in the going back to the example that's being displayed right now, in the consumer use case, we're making this knowledge base on Alzheimer's. And our pre-med friend asked a question, which is about complement proteins. The LLM response is almost correct, but it's just missing something, like C4 proteins. And the LLM response is more info and is more concise, and it finds a C4 protein. And why does this matter? Who cares? And so we check the citations that, as you can see, all the other proteins besides the C4 protein are in the abstract. That's what it probably was trained on. But the C4 isn't. So this is sort of showing us that we actually were able to use our knowledge base to verify the specific information that is more high quality, it's more concise, and it's more in-depth. It's allowing to find these missing details that the broad overview won't find. And this is why we believe this is more than just AI stuff, and an actually useful tool to conduct market research.
Yeah, you can see in the abstract right here that the LM response only got things from the abstract, the C3 or C1, but later in the thing that the deep research got, it was able to find the C4, and we were able to only verify this because of the citation. So that's what I think is really useful. Definitely check out our dev post for more knowledge bases, and you also can come to our judge panel and the judging table today, and we'll give you a live demo. So hope to see you there.